Hello everyone, welcome back. We are into the final map for match day number 11 between compLexity as well as Luminosity Gaming. And Luminosity so far up 1-0 in these two separate best of ones. We can kind of count it as either 1-0 or 2-0 or 1-1. But it was actually a close match. A lot of momentum swings in the end. Luminosity just had a little bit more in the tank, a little bit more leeway. Probably did themselves a lot of favors that they did take the pistol rounds, and that's like 6 rounds already taken. But coming now on towards Mirage, it might be a different story.
Yeah, look, in the last map, it was the battle of the T sides, and although, you know, Luminosity had a bit of a shaky CT side, so did compLexity, and their T side on the side of Luminosity was pretty solid, I would say. They made some good adjustments to recovery in the second part of the half when the scores got close, and a couple of small, little individual sort of mistakes kind of cost compLexity that one, but all good. The map's over. It was a close one, and they gave Luminosity a run for their money, just like they did to Optic, and now we're moving on to Mirage, where it should be a pretty interesting contest. You do say they're only best of ones, but in my mind, I would be going for the 2-0.
Absolutely. As compLexity, every single 2-0 might put them a little bit closer towards finals contention, because some of the teams are looking a little bit shaky. And talking about shaky, NRG managed to take the victory against Liquid.
They're looking better and better all the time. Every time I see NRG play, they're looking like a better team all the time. You know, ANG and Cirque.
we had a good discussion back out.
Yeah, we talked about ANG today.
FNX?
FNX. Yeah. As
we do our research. That's the most important.
Yeah, we've been you know, we've looked through the various skill levels of players down into the very more regional areas of the world, I would say.
It's important to learn about different players.
Different places as well.
Yeah, but NRG, I mean, it's kind of unexpected at the same time, but expected. Like, you're not, like, you'd still give the odds to Liquid, but not like last season. Last season it'd be like, look, Liquid should close it out quite comfortably against NRG because they had to shift so many players. But this iteration of NRG, not only is there raw talent, but there is just like ability to lead now, and the like as well as management kind of going, look, we believe in this squad, we want to be kind of that developmental squad to push you guys into the top tier, and they're responding quite well so far. Definitely leading, like showing towards the team. It's like, yeah, we're doing really well. You know, your belief in us is not unjustified, and they are just smashing out the competition at the moment.
They are, and it's also awesome to see, because like sometimes you think of it being a bit of a meme where it's like you get some European players like Cirque and ANJ to come over and carry your North American team when you're not doing too well in the Pro League, but in reality, the truth is that, you know, once you get to the caliber of upsetting a team like Liquid, they're actually doing better than the sum of their parts, and they're doing better than maybe those teams would have been able to do in Europe. Yeah. And even just looking over at the side of, you know, Luminosity and compLexity, all kinds of different rosters being made, always looking for different talent on the side of compLexity, and Luminosity moving over to a different country to see how they're going. And they've been here for a while. They're doing well in the Pro League, but you know, when it comes down to a match between compLexity and Luminosity, they're really looking for the wins over each other. They want the 2-0, because when you're playing a team that's on your level, you want the convincing win over them. You know, when you're punching up a little bit, like you're playing against a Cloud9 or a Liquid or whatever, you want those 1-1s like NRG is playing against Liquid. But when you're playing against a team that's on your level, you need the 2-0. So that you can push them down in the middle of the roster, and you can push yourself up the middle of the ladder rather, not the roster.
Yeah, and you definitely want to make it towards the finals as well of the Pro League, which is going to be in Odense, so that'd be pretty sick. Traveling to Denmark. I personally have never been to Europe. Have you?
I've never been to Europe, but I've actually wanted to go to Denmark for quite a while. Nothing to do with Counter-Strike. It just looks like a pretty nice place with some sick architecture and some nice food as well.
Nice food, nice architecture, and just a little bit of Counter-Strike on the side as the spice, which is always good. A little bit of everything for everyone. But back on towards the North America scene, which is what we're covering at this stage. compLexity, they're more than composed enough to kind of go, all right, our individual mistakes may cost us that, but they can't let it happen again in Mirage. We've seen it, like, this is the exact 2 maps they played against Optic. They were doing well in particular points. They were unable to close it out. Now, will this happen against Luminosity again? And similarly, will Luminosity be able to kind of like fix the kind of little bit of niggles in their CT side? Because there were some weaknesses in their CT side. A double op when it wasn't really justified. Lack of control and a lack of read in towards the T side economy as well.
I mean, both of those teams are loving the double op on train. So interesting to see. It's not really... No, it's semi-common in sort of the upper tier of CS at the moment. But in general, like, a lot of those top tier teams would rather have the rifles and being able to take over certain parts of the map rather than running the double AWP all the time. They prefer the, you know, double SL control or one in SL, pushing up to E-box, taking control of T-Con, you know, pushing through Ivy, all that kind of stuff. It gives you more maneuverability, whereas, you know, the AWPs, after going for that initial pick at the start of the round, if you've been denied by the utility, it kind of limits you to sort of locking down an angle when you can be pretty easily isolated and taken out at that point.
Absolutely. So let's see if the AWPers can... I think Yell did really well in terms of the T side of Luminosity. Well. Yell just like once again put in the numbers, did the damage he needed to, 1v2 clutch. Nothing... I don't think it was anything special to write home about. He did his job, and it's just, that's always good to see an AWPer do it. And Peter, some rounds where he stood up, other rounds he wasn't really present. And I think Slemmy realized that he wasn't really feeling with the AWP and just switched out to the rifle afterwards, just went, nah, I'm out. Just realized that it wasn't his day to shine. You know, he felt pretty good against Optic yesterday. Not feeling as good today, decides, yeah, let's just back off to the rifle. There's no need in just justifying this upkeep for no return whatsoever.
Absolutely. And some days you just have that, you know, feeling with the AWP where you go ham, but that's not the real you. That's not the real Slemmy. So
really, it could be the real Slemmy. You know, you just had, you know, you're not you when you're hungry. You might have just had something to eat, and then you just go like, you see the full Slemmy mode, just goes full Super Saiyan, just completely books everyone. It's just like, yeah, I just had my wheat bix today this morning.
I don't think Slemmy eats wheat bix.
I don't think so. No, I don't even know that North America have wheat bix, to be realistic.
I think they do. I've seen them.
Because I know they have like stuff like, they have frosted syrup over there. It's like really sugary syrup.
Yeah, but they also have the healthy syrup. It's just no one really pays much attention to that, I feel like. At least our generation of people.
I don't know. Maybe that's a question we're to post by our viewers. How many wheat bix do you guys do?
0.
You do 0?
No, they do 0.
Oh, they do 0?
I do.
It's just
I do tons, mate.
You do tons.
You should see me. I go crazy. Probably eat more wheat bix than I get frags in CS, but anyway. Let's see how we go into this pistol.
So 1 wheat bix. Don't worry, that's about the same as me. I just be like, same.
Listen, Kev, the whole reason I feel alright about myself as a CS player is I know that there's you. So,
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, there's always like, I feel good about myself. Like, it's like, not everyone can be really good. So if you're the poster boy of, at least I'm better than this person, and everyone's happy, then I'm happy. I'm just a positive person.
Yeah. And
I'm positive we'll be seeing a good game out of this one, as compLexity will be playing retake A, and Luminosity will flood out towards the A-bomb side through Palace.
Grenade not super effective there, as it does hit the front of the ticket, and there wasn't anyone really at the ticket to do anything about that. Luminosity grabbing control of this CT, and you know what? I feel like we've seen this strategy a couple of times, and compLexity might have done the same. Perfect response from them until Cello rips the head off all 3 of the compLexity players retaking through CT and pretty much wins the round for his team. That's not bad.
Absolutely, and it looks like Yell's also going to pick up 2 as well. So Luminosity, once again, another pistol round, 3 from 3. And compLexity looking a little bit bamboozled so far on the pistol side, not working out. It was such a promising start, and then Cello was like, promises? No. I will just take you all out with this new and improved Glock.
New and improved. Some would say a little bit too improved, as compLexity, they had the right idea there. Playing pretty far back with those CT pistols, just waiting for the over-aggression from the Luminosity side. Flashbang comes over the top, and they do push the CT area, but all the CTs are sitting fairly far back. They get 2 kills off of that, but then when they go in for the retake, Cello with 3 quick headshots. Not an easy thing to do in that position. And then Yell gets the other 2.
Oh, what?
He banged.
No! Did he just wallbang him?
No, I think he was actually pushed up. Did he?
No, he wallbanged him.
He wallbanged him?
He wallbanged him.
No, he didn't.
I swear he wallbanged him. Oh.
He didn't wallbang him.
Okay, he just peeked the angle.
He just peeked the angle. That is correct. PKL peeking up from the underpass. Going to throw a smoke out to top connector and then walk back to B. Looks like a bit of a B split. 2 players pushing up the catwalk. Cello and PKL going to make their way through the apartments. Let's see what they're going to be able to do here. 2 players ready to receive them on the side of compLexity. Yaster, he's got his trusty deagle. He's already made good work of that, but not able to land that one. Neck is pushing out, and he's giving them a little bit too much ground here. Android up in the apartments, grabs himself 1, so just trading out. Cello's going ham this game. He gets himself 3 on the entry into the B bomb site, and it's a 2-on-2. Definitely winnable for compLexity, but with Cello still alive, I've been feeling a little bit nervous.
Cello has not peeked. Neither side have peeked. And oh, Neckers has spotted out Peter. What? A double dig from the CZ while sprinting. Absolutely filthy. And all of a sudden, Depth is closed in. The only good news is that Cello still has the bomb in his hands, but 15 seconds left. He has to commit towards it, and Depth is already on the site. Peter can just hide forever. They can just listen in, and compLexity has stolen it from Luminosity in the back of a sick play. What was that from Peter?
That was a very impressive shot. Cello pretty much forced to ace or lose a round in that part. He's going to go for the D armor. I think he's feeling good this game. Let's keep an eye on him. Rest of compLexity buying up what they can. Man, I really wish people would stop buying scouts against pistols. I guess it's alright against pistol armor, but not my favorite choice of weaponry, to be honest.
Yep, and Depth is going to be locked out by the smoke grenade. So let's see where he flings the smoke grenade. He's already been tagged out a little bit. Incendiary grenade doesn't really do much. The spray does a lot better though, and he will be able to take down 2. They shouldn't be singly challenging him because Depth is just lining up the crosshair. And he might be able to get a few more. No, just 2 peeking in towards it. They want to retrieve the AK, but they won't be able to do it because Android will be able to clean up. So a very, very clean round from compLexity towards the end, considering that there was only one there in Luminosity. They'll be happy with the bomb plant, but they did invest quite a bit into it.
They did indeed, and they probably won't be able to buy in the next one, so I would say another save coming out of Luminosity, although they have got 2 bomb plants in a row. Oh wait, did they?
No,
they didn't get the bomb plant in the
one.
last one, so yep, definitely a save coming out of them. As compLexity, just going to chill with their subpar weaponry.
The Eagles? That's not subpar.
I said compLexity, Karath. That's
right.
the other team, mate. 5 Eagles across the board from Luminosity.
Yeah, that's not subpar.
No. Especially when you're Cello and you're hitting headshots right and left.
How many just yell just hit in a row? My goodness. The luck on this guy's Yaystar. Does manage to win the engagement, but he doesn't realize that Cello's actually slipped all the way out towards open A site. And although they push underpass early, Nekias, ooh, doesn't catch anyone out, and Cello does get spotted out eventually. So a little bit disappointing because Cello wasn't in a prime position to do some damage. compLexity able to rotate en masse, and what do you do when you just swarm from all angles? Just 3 people peeking at the same time. PKL trying to find something, but Luminosity, minimal investment, minimal returns. In fact, no returns whatsoever.
How much money is that down the drain? 3,500 invested, no kills, unfortunately. They're going to buy up into this round as you were right, Cello was in a decent position, but unless he's able to catch somebody off guard from that triple area, he's really just going to get surrounded from all sides, and this is a good look compLexity. They are looking fairly decisive. They're looking like they're unafraid of taking those aim duels, and let's see if it's going to work for them. Double AWP straight into the 5th round of this half.
Good flashbangs. It allows him a fast push up, and Peter, he's not unaware that Yell's already snuck up so close. And Yell, if he pushes forward, PKL actually fast unders already will be able to take down Slemmy. Takes heavy damage though as Yaystar is able to pick off Yell, the danger person close towards City Connector. So even though Yaystar and PKL is low, this round is now suddenly open for both sides. And Yaystar, don't know how Showtime missed that. That's a little bit uncharacteristic as Showtime has had a good series so far. But this is a much better start from compLexity on the CT side. They've lost mid-control though, as Luminosity is able to pincer off, and it looks like they're backing towards the A site and going to be pincering off Def sooner or later.
Yeah, look, 1-for-1 trade when the health is pretty comparable and Luminosity's secured mid-control. You honestly can't be unhappy with that on the camp at Luminosity. Peter posted up in the apps here. Android in a pretty good position to catch somebody off guard if he pushes up that short position while they push up connector. 2 people are posted outside of A as they're going to take A control, clearing it out. compLexity playing complete retake, and that's what they will have to do. Unfortunately, they have 2 AWPs, which is not too good on the retake. Bomb plant completely open. This is looking pretty good for Luminosity. 4 kits across the board, though, so compLexity still has a pretty good chance here, but so many different positions out of the side of Luminosity. They're going to have to check so many different angles.
Showtime is really the player of importance is the side's been left completely clean. They're stacking more towards A ramp. No players on the flank, and depth is going to be spotted out. Neck is what a shot coming out from him. PKL will be spotted out, and Peter, you can see, is just lining it up. He'll be able to take down one. Knows that Neck is towards there. Neck is 2 kills, and Showtime's going to peek out a seed connector and find 2 as well. Beautifully played by Luminosity to take that round. They'll be able to take an AWP into the next round with them as well, but compLexity, they can fall straight back up into the Slemmy is just going to have to take one for the boys once again.
Absolutely.
Actually, no, he's been dropped.
Yeah, he's going to be all right.
Yeah, see, Slemmy knows. He goes, I'm not going to dog you boys, and the boys go, we're not going to dog you as well, Slemmy, and they're just going to drop him. Peter, so does have to incur the loss of lack of utility.
That's fine, he's got the boomstick, so he'll be fine with that. Luminosity with the quick mid control, and wow, compLexity, they're not interested in mid. Peter holding from ticket. That's got to be frustrating. I've been in that position before as Neck is. You go take the fast mid control, and the CT AWP is posted up on ticket looking at connector literally 13 seconds into the round.
But you look how compLexity is set up. It's designed to do that because I realize Luminosity want to go fast. No point going where they're just smoking off mid. We're not going to find anything. One watching A ramp, one watching A palace, and then the other one just watching CT connector. 15 seconds in, they can't boost in the window that quickly. Surely there isn't a strat that is as silly as that, but now Luminosity are just going to redirect their attentions towards the B site instead, and now Android and Yeastar to step it, and Yeastar dead instantly. Yell gets the first pick. Android has to go big right now. Oh, he finds 2. Now another one jumps out. Cello just dancing around the bomb site. He's just trying to buy time for the others to come in with him right now, and PKL just late on the lurk. He'll try to shut down the motor hole rotation. He will be able to find Slemmy as Cello will open up the B bomb site. Oh, PKL, that is great work coming out from him, and now down towards a one-on-one. Depth nearly takes it, but Cello's able to calibrate the aim, and he'll take that one.
Not good for compLexity's economy, down to about 2 to 2.5k across the board. And Showtime and Yell will both take advantage of that, buy up the Mac-10s and look to farm some cash. Def's armor CZ'd. They've all bought up now as a result of that, I think. And
it would have been really poor force buy anyway, so I can understand. They won the force buy earlier, so I can kind of understand the justification for kind of go for it. And the bomb is actually stacked towards the B side, but Luminosity just pushed straight towards unders. They do not care. They went mid to unders to clear it out for their buddies, and they're able to take 2 very easy kills on unsuspecting compLexity members. I don't think many people expect that, really. And now Neckers should be caught out soon if Android spots him. There it is. 2 easy shots in the back. In the rump. Yeah,
look, can't really agree with that force buy in any sense of the matter. That's just a bit of an economic display, in my opinion. They would have been able to buy next if they wanted with all the rifles. They do pour out onto the bomb site as LG. And they're easily able to clean that one up. Android on the flank with the Mac-10 and the Deagle. PKL is going to take him out. And now they only got 2 kills out of that force buy, and they're not going to be able to buy into this one. It doesn't make sense to me, to be honest.
They couldn't buy. Wait, why has Yeastar got body armor?
Because they can't buy in this one because they forced in the last round. LG won 2 in a row, and they were on about 2k, and they decided to buy.
Yeah, I can kind of understand that because you have to double eco anyway. Because even if you do eco,
you didn't necessarily have to double eco though.
Yeah, but you'd have like
you'd have rifles.
Base M4, not that much utility.
What you would have is you would have a better chance to win than with a bunch of crappy pistols and armor.
Whoa. Don't diss my CZ like that, boy, as they try to take mid control on the back of pistols, but it's just going to be a spray down for the AK-47s. And Neck is just going to
That's not a bad little clippy.
It's a good highlight reel for him. That one should go on YouTube probably in about 30 seconds or so.
Oh, damn, what an age we live in.
Yeah, it goes on replays in 10 seconds. Look at that.
So on point.
Crisp, clean plays. But compLexity have the full set of utility. As much as you want, really. So if they don't win this, then the spell's a little bit of trouble because Luminosity are in serious danger of just putting the foot down, just taking away the half.
Absolutely. Yell on the UMP. He's going to come back from the...
Care about how many guns they lose at this stage. They just want to go and get as many kills as they can to deny compLexity economical control. And this is where compLexity might decide to take a tactical pause. And you got to hit those as Speeder. Difficult, but he has to hit those as the AWPer. Complexity reset. As I gambled, estimated, analyzed, it is going to be a tactical pause.
What great analysis coming in from you, Kev. As, oh man. Imagine
Why is there a tire on the roof?
Never really thought about that, and it kind of, I don't really have an answer for that one.
Like, I understand, like, the leftover sheet metal, like it used to be kind of some kind of thing held together by loose sheet metal, but why is there a tire?
Maybe it was just a Mirage. That's the rest of complexity of the worst. They're all gonna harbor and pistol up.
Oh, man. You've tilted me, Billy. You've done the impossible. You've tilted the positive reinforcement guys. Alright, back in the throw of things. They are going to be walking in towards the A-bomb site. No more tilt. No more tires in the sun. Cello, nice flick. And Android stepping it up. But unfortunately, there's too many numbers for complexity to deal with. So Luminosity just going to reset a little bit. Just wait for the smokes to fade. Cello is low. Yeaster and Slemmy can still take this round. It is suddenly just a little bit more open than it should have been.
Absolutely is. And armor and pistols is nothing to sneeze at in the 2 versus 3, especially when Cello's on about 7 health points. PKL is going to take out Slemmy, so Yeaster left last alive, as they do wait for Cello to move his way through mid, but Yell's just going to take Yeaster out as he peeks up onto the stairs. Peter going back up onto the AWP. Yell on the AWP as well. And plenty of utility across the board from complexity. Let's see what Luminosity is going to do in this round, what their approach will be. Smoke out onto the top of mid. They're all going to run quickly out onto mid, it's looking like.
The old Luminosity fast mid strat as Peter. He is not able to get that.
Here.
Yeah, this is a crunch beast strat. Peter, though, will be able to take down Nekiz, the sacrificial lamb. Now begins a rotation. Android's been spotted out, but once again, he's able to get one before transitioning to a different location. But Yell, he's done so well at getting the picks that he needs to with the AWP, but look at that quick jump from Death. Now the B site will begin in earnest as Yell just locking down the B site line. Showtime will smoke off window, but the push coming in from Death will find one. He can't find the second though. Yell's able to turn around before the grenade takes him out. Now it's all to PKL. 1 on 3. Jumps down on towards the bomb site, but doesn't know he's completely surrounded from all sides. And he's a dead man walking. Complexity finally pick up a round.
And they pick up the double AWP. Plenty of money in the kitty for Luminosity, though.
So, this round, Luminosity are going to go fast mid, or they're going to execute A. I've just never gone B, like on a 5-man execute.
Well, that's not the best strat, in my opinion.
Not 5-man B execute.
The 5-man B execute, yeah, not my favorite.
No, actually, they are angling towards the B side. They've got the bomb there, so don't know. It might be an A side fake towards B.
Perhaps. Yell posting up to see if he can try to grab a pick. Banging you through the balcony a little bit there. Spotting out underpass is young PKL. Bit of a slow round in here from both sides, really. The double AWP should work fairly well if the utility is misused a little bit from the Luminosity side.
Yes.
Going to need to chuck the smokes and the flashbangs in.
Just waiting for Luminosity to execute. That building, wait, that building is really tall. Like outside B, I just realized where one of the members is about to throw smoke. There is a really, really tall building. Not certain it doesn't really have a position. So they're going to take bomb, they're going to go through underpass, and then come back to A. This rotation's not, this fake is not really going to be sold out because no one's really making gunfire. What is going on? Okay, Luminosity have thrown the grenades, then they've thrown the grenades at A. Now it's going to be complexity thinking it's A. It's going to be the double fake, and Nekiz is going to die quite easily. Or Cello, oh my goodness, Cello just sprays through. Once again, single-handedly, he'll sell that it is actually an A site take, but it's actually B. Complexity being pranked once again. I really love how Luminosity play these.
They wait the whole round, and just when you think that they've played their hand, the bomb gets planted on B.
They're playing with 6 cards in a 5-card game, and what do you do against that?
Yeah, and I'd say Cello counts for at least 3 of them, at least in this map. He's been absolutely key, winning Luminosity a handful of rounds, really. At least 3 or 4 of their T rounds, thanks to Old Mate.
And compLexity going to be reset once again.
Slemmy doing his best to pad his stats a bit.
I think he's just trying to stay alive. But he's going towards CT, that's where PKL is, and that's probably not the best decision. I would have expected for him to sprint towards Palace or maybe a Ram away, but he's trying to go towards and maybe trying to mind game Luminosity. He's trying to come through
trying to pad his stats.
Trying to pad the stats. All right, you're right in this one. I'm wrong.
Wow. Jeez, I didn't know it was that easy.
To pad the stats, or?
No, to get you to admit that you're wrong. Usually you're pretty... Anyway, Peter's got his AWP. That's something. The rest of them, not much. About as much money as me at the moment. Peter.
To get the kill on Neckers. So one of the danger players shut down, but the AK just a little bit too far out of reach. A stack for compLexity as well, so Cello, he's been good, but can he continue the good form at the moment?
I believe in Cello. He's impressed me in this map. Honestly, like, I didn't know what to make of these two coming into Luminosity. I thought they had a pretty decent lineup before, and then they put Neckers and Cello into the team after not really, what's the word? Not really hitting that next level, Kev. They just stayed fairly consistently average over a long period of time, and I guess that wasn't enough for them. They want to make the move to do something. However, making the move into BFs is going to get them killed, as Peter's posted up there, but he might not expect more as he's picked Yell. Reaction shot down to PKL, and bit of a derpy little 2K there from Peter as he gets traded out.
Yeah, in Showtime, I don't think there's any way he can clutch this out, so they'll let the bomb plant go down, but compLexity will be able to take it all around. They just have to go in together en masse. They know where he is. Def is locking down the line in Showtime. Ooh, good flashbang, finds one, but can't find the second. There's just too many members for him to take out, and compLexity aren't going to give him an easy peek, so should be able to take down 2 AWPs. Peter finally stepping up. That's what we want to see from the resident AWPer from compLexity. Couple of nice shots.
Kind of just bumbles his way into a 2K. He's just strolling along, and then he's like, oh, a kill. And then another one.
Well, this one was well timed, I reckon. That's
the first one.
He needs to take some more risk. I like seeing that. He needs to, like for Peter, I'm just like, he's got such good reactions. Just don't put him stationary. Let him just do ballistic stuff. Just hop around, get a pick there, flick there. Yeah, he's going to win you around.
Yeah, he either is doing that kind of stuff, or it's kind of the opposite. He's a bit up and down, and sometimes I watch Peter play and I just try to get into the mind of Peter, and I don't really know what's going on some of the time, and some of the time he's absolutely insane. So
yeah.
In that round, effective enough, and in this round already doing good work. Def close to the ramp takes out Neckers as well, so this A push from Luminosity not doing squat.
Yep. Okay, so now that's what... okay, so Peter's just like, you know, I've just killed someone Palace, so normally as an AWP you'd fall back from Palace, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep pushing, get another kill, fall back and keep pushing with the AWP, because that's what you do with the AWP, right? You just got to keep pushing. But that's what compLexity needs. There's someone making confidence plays. It is by all means a dumb play. You're not meant to make those plays in an AWP, but if you're getting the kills, if it's making it work out, why not?
If you're winning, then it was correct.
Exactly. As Showtime has been able to hear out Peter, should be able to take him out from behind. And now they'll come back towards the A side. A lot of time for them to still work. With 40 seconds, it's all up towards Slemmy to hold it, but Showtime has none of that. Just goes, your head's gone. You can't hold anything without a head. And Yaystar finds the correct timing to peek.
He does indeed. Yell left last alive in middle. Both players of the compLexity side ready in position to pretty much just shoot him in the face, and that's what looks like is going to happen once Android feels like getting around to it.
So pretty even half going in the favor of most likely Luminosity. If they can take it 9-6, they'll be pretty happy, but compLexity to bring it back to 7-8. Some good work from Peter on the back of the AWP. Definitely starting to string a few rounds together now for compLexity so they can have a great T side. Need to take a pistol, though, as it looks like actually Luminosity don't have all the cash in the world to work with. They're just going to go straight towards the A bomb site. Smokes and flashes coming out. Yell going fast up through connector. The short presence should be able to take him out. His neck is what a shot from Palace to shut down Depth. That's a rifle given over. Yell's managed to lurk his way just close jungle, and Yeastar just peeking at the right time. Warband goes through towards triple. Grenades don't fly correctly, and Nekiz finds a second kill on towards CT. Ooh, action going back and forth.
So, 4 versus 2 here. Bomb down. Pretty unlikely that Cole are going to be able to salvage this one, unless they hit some nice shots. But if anyone's going to hit nice shots, you'd expect Android and Yeaster to be able to do it. Flush comes over the top though, and Cello cleans that one up. Nekiz with 3 in that round. Huge play from him. But the thing is that in that round, Def kind of made a misplay pushing out a CT when he should have been playing retake.
It's much... You have to gamble a little bit as complexity. Certain things happen. Luminosity just came out better. Nekiz just decided to switch on for that final round, just get 4 kills. And there's not much you can really do. Like, even if you play retake, Nekiz in that form would have just come out, just railed you at CT anyway. He just kept pushing forward. So he was confident. And complexity, 6 rounds on the CT side doesn't sound like much, but they were in much bigger trouble earlier on. So they're getting happy with 6. It gives them something to work with, but they have to take the pistol round. And that's... Luminosity so far have really good pistol round strats. And all they need to do is just hold on to the CT side. Don't throw away needless rounds. Now they've got this in the bag.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like Yell flying up mid into connector, and then Def's reaction was to sort of push to the left side of triple, and that enables him to be out of position. Nekiz comes out, blows his head off, and pretty much opens up the round from there. So, unfortunately, not too good of a play from complexity, but you know what? Could go either way. Once again, another close half of Counter-Strike, so we're in for another exciting half.
Yeah, well, we have to see what happens. We'll be back in 1.5 minutes. Hello everyone, welcome back. It is in between the final half between complexity as well as Luminosity. Luminosity Gaming having the advantage so far, but they still have a little bit more to kind of close out this map. Complexity, they've shown, you know, the ability to dig themselves out of a hole, but do they have enough to try to bring it around? It's not the best start for them. They have at least enough in reserve to kind of fight back on their own T side. Yeah,
definitely. And I mean, we saw on train side, Android and Yeastar having some pretty big individual plays on the T side, so maybe just role-wise, they should be fairly comfortable, and if they're being utilised correctly on Mirage, it should have just as much impact as they did on that map.
But similarly for Luminosity so far, all the members, I mean, PKL was a little bit quiet on Mirage, but definitely Cello and Nekiz the standout members. Showtime chimed in every now and then, and Yell just ever so consistent with the AWP. It just felt like to me that Complexity didn't really have that much going for them. Depth had a couple of good rounds. Peter finally had a few rounds of the AWP where he definitely stepped it up, played aggressive, and just wanted to keep pushing, and that's what he needs to do sometimes. But can he continue to do that? I really need a booster, hey.
We will see. You're doing great. You're doing great. Oh.
It's been a rough day so far, but sometimes it's just like blue circles coming in. Just gotta be chugging a booster and just keep going, dude. That's right. Me right now.
And we will see if maybe some of the players in the game chug a booster before the next part of this half and show up a little bit more. I feel like Cello chucked a booster at the start of that half. He was balling out of control.
Yeah, I think
Couple of those
like
rounds.
even then afterwards, like he was still balling out of control. If he's playing one of those influential players, like, you know, the A-side anchor, he doesn't need to be the A-side anchor anymore. He just completely shuts down the site take by himself. So, who knows?
Who knows? We will see.
The truth shall be revealed.
Where do you reckon the T pistol's going from compLexity?
This is hard. Like, I'm trying to calculate it, and I'm just like trying to think. I'm trying to do million IQ calculations in my head, but it's not working out.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Can't comprehend.
I might as well just get a coin, flip it, and just say, why not? It's going to be a B-side take.
We will see cinematic views of the ladder room.
I don't know. It seems like you're more up there in terms of the 1 million IQ thoughts. So what do you think the pistol strat's going to be? I think Luminosity is going to win it, but
Rashby,
no stop.
maybe. I don't know.
Big stop.
Big stop. Not from compLexity. They seem like some of them were willing to get into the bomb site, which is not really what we saw from the first series. Utility out from Slemmy. Let's see if Def is going to grab some too. He will. So I'm gonna go for A. A or mid? I'm gonna go A.
What did I say again? I said A, right?
You said B.
What?
Haha, idiot. Anyway.
No, I said A. What? What? No.
BKL close to ramp here. Looking for some information along with his old mate, which is Yell.
Yep,
Def rips
Yell's
his
not
head
going to
off.
find anything but his death, but PKL's got to find the second one at the very least. Oh, neck kiss! PK also finds another one. Ha 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 ha! PKL. I was just saying he's had a bit of a quiet game so far, but now he's starting to find his rhythm. Peter just dancing around, takes a little bit of damage from the grenade. Showtime doesn't have body armor, so he needs to be careful, but he's not really needed in this one because Neckers also finds two. What a way for Luminosity to be picking up every single pistol round so far. Just need to make sure they don't drop the anti-eco this time around.
No bomb part from compLexity, which, with the current state of how things are, in terms of pistols, strength, etc., makes a bit of a difficult decision whether they want to buy or save. They will buy across the board for the most part. Peter's just going to save because he wants to pick up the AWP, which means that they want to try to think of some kind of a creative strategy that's going to put them in an advantageous situation. Maybe use some of those flashbangs to not have to have the enemy shoot it back at them. That's my expert advice.
Make them blind so you're just shooting at them when they're not shooting at you.
Well done, Kevin. That is it.
Excellent.
Maybe that smoke grenade will make them blind also. Showtime.
I just want to see what time, like Showtime. What grenade does Cello have in his hand? HE, okay, so they just have HEs already. I think they're suspecting it's an A site. Oh, sorry, B site take. My goodness, do I need the booster?
How much damage are these nades going to do?
261.
Okay. 261. Let's see it.
Oh,
Great start for
my
Def.
goodness.
Oh.
Nah.
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 Completely off.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible. But the pistols just coming in close range will be able to actually take down both B-side players. So there's a little bit of a chance for compLexity to come into this, especially with the aggressive positioning coming up from Def. Flash coming forward, but Neckers just a little bit wise. They're trying to swing on towards Neckers. He's able to get two before finally being shut down. And now Luminosity actually have a better positioning over compLexity. So that bomb plant, that's definitely not a standard bomb plant. That's for market. And that is perfect for compLexity's plans. Now
Yell
Slemmy
just
has
picked
the
up a kid as
M4.
well. So that's going to make the clock a little bit more favorable for Luminosity. He's just reeling it.
He's sticking it. Why not? You might as well stick it at this stage. What's faking? You can die, but we defused the bomb, so we won. Haha. Look, compLexity can... Well, compLexity force up in this. They've taken an M4.
Yeah,
Peter's
I
got a
would
lot
say
of cash
so.
in this. They might as well force up into this. Yaystar takes the UMP. Android buys an AWP.
Okay.
That's actually a lot of money for compLexity to work with. I mean, sure, not the most utility, but you got the firepower. And Luminosity, you love to see the P90 coming out and PKL just pushing out. He's going to spot them.
Arguably, compLexity has the better buy here, actually, even after losing the round.
Well, they were able to take two rifles forward. Luminosity had nothing left. I mean, they lost everything. Lost all the treasured possessions.
So did Luminosity really win the round? I'm so confused.
I don't know. It's like the old...
They won, but they lost.
Yeah, as Luminosity is pushing T-Spawn and getting a lot of information. And Showtime. See ya, Slammy, mate. Showtime having a bit of fun towards a short position. I'll go with my analogy later, but Def just returning the favor with the counter boost, and now PKL has a lot of work to do with the P90. I mean, sure, Luminosity have a lot of information, a lot of position. Nekiz has to go huge right now with the UMP. Oh, nearly finds Def with the spray. Won't be able to clean up the kill, though. It's Yaystar. They'll know that once towards B-Apps, Yell will finally move out. Very easy kill towards Def, who's just exposed in the middle. Nothing you can do. Nekiz are going to find another one. No, surely, Yell, you can't just drive by like that and pick up all these kills with the UMP. What is going on?
That was insane.
The UMP was nerfed. You're not allowed to do that anymore.
It was nerfed, but what was not nerfed was the ult. As he grabs himself a handful of kills, huge impact in that round.
Big retake.
But compLexity still has money here, so they're going to buy again. I don't think I've seen this ever, really, that the losing team has just got plenty of money to work with and they're able to buy.
No, I wouldn't say it's plenty of money. I mean, it's... Slemmy has to take a sacrifice. Peter's got a Galil. It's not really firepower. They're going straight towards the A-bomb site where it's going to be Nekiz and Yell. Or an M4, A4 in hand. So to see whether it's a contact play if grenades are going to be thrown. It looks like it's going to be a contact play out through Palace. And PKL gets a 1-for-1. Yaystar coming out, but Yell actually finds the AWP kill. Def's been tagged out, but Nekiz can't land the spray. Cello's coming across, but Andrew's already pushed straight underneath. He can push forward and get a kill if he decides to go through smoke, but he's just dancing around the edges. Doesn't know how many are there. The pop flash is perfect coming in from Slemmy. But the bomb stuck at Palace, or balcony at the moment, and Android has a lot of time to work with at the very least, but Slemmy doesn't have much to work with. He only has a P250. It's no longer the lethal weapon that you expect it to be.
I don't know if
these rounds have just been really strange so far. I'm not sure if it's just because I'm starting to become a little bit fatigued, or it's because it is actually really strange rounds I'm seeing right now.
I don't know how the economy is working. My mind's blown. Like, Counter-Strike, you're meant to like not buy after you lose sometimes, but
not
turns
always.
out compLexity's got the sick investments here. Android's in a pretty good position, and I don't think Luminosity are actually aware that that bomb is dropped in Palace. So Slammy going to underarm himself a smoke to get out of the Palace area.
I think they know now, that's for certain.
Yeah, they still know that it's a plant for mid-con here. Going to be pretty effective. The only question is, will Slammy be able to make it out? Molotov forces Showtime out, but why is Android not covering that angle? I think he's expecting the flank, obviously, but smoke going down is going to make it really hard for him to win this round.
Yeah, there's a smoke towards CD Connector as well. They completely locked him out, and now Showtime. All he has to wait is for the push out to happen, but unless he just decides to walk straight into it and Yell, he's actually just sitting on it for 10 seconds, and I don't think Android's suspecting it. He's been completely locked out behind smokes, and Yell, that's just insult, where you just go, oh yeah, I don't have a kit, I kill you after time, and they still have money to buy, so they're just going to buy AK-47s, and Slemmy is most likely going to buy an AWP for Peter.
What is that?
See, like, I kind of understand compLexity a little bit at the moment. Slemmy, like, you know, Slemmy, rule number 2, remember? We discussed this earlier, rule number 2.
Rule number 2.
But let's see how well this AWP can make an impact towards the B side, as now Luminosity is applying a little bit of mid-aggression, and Slemmy is going to pay the price for not having any armor whatsoever. He sacrificed himself for the team, and now Depth is feeling a little bit lonely. He's going to decide to peek out, but can't find the timing on towards Cello. It's just dancing around as now Peter gets the opening on towards the B side. So the B side retake will begin from Luminosity Gaming. The members on the T side have straggled out a little bit as Yell's just going to spot Yaystar crossing over.
PKL,
just taking their time.
He's so aware. He grabs Def, Yaystar taking Nekiz out towards that short area. 3 versus 3 could go any way at this point.
Oh, Yaystar just gets completely shut down. But Peter, nobody has anything to say about it. He's got the AWP. He has the faith, the soul of Slemmy carrying him through this round. And now Android decides to make sure that Peter is not alone in this lonely endeavor to make sure compLexity can somewhat come back. So 2 apiece for the last 2 members alive for compLexity.
Imagine if LG can't buy in this round.
They can't
buy in this round.
compLexity has a better economy. They have more money.
Oh,
they're going to force into it. But that
That's so stupid though. compLexity losing like 3 rounds consecutively, and then as soon as LG loses one, they get punished for it so hard. That's ridiculous. Yeah, this is indeed an important round. Both teams going to be broke, regardless of who wins or loses. Probably, unless one team really survives with a lot of people alive, and that team probably would need to be compLexity for anyone to have any semblance of cash. LG having to do a bit of a more creative setup to give themselves an opportunity at winning this round, but compLexity going to keep it fairly simple, and Luminosity playing fully for the retake.
Well, Yay starts. It's going to be found out through the edge of the smoke by Yell, who does well to at least make it in towards a 5-4. There is actually enough utility for Luminosity Gaming to retake this, especially given the position Nick is. What? Drive by Dink on towards Peter. Is not going to be happy about that. Showtime now pushing into Palace. Android is aware of the danger and is locking down the angle. Easy haircut for him.
Great haircut there from Android.
$10 style cut for males is... There's no one towards Firebox. It is playing a default, so this is really up to Android to hold it off, because there's no way for the rest of compLexity to kind of make sure that the CTs aren't defusing, but they're just going to back out. Going to make sure that they're keeping their gums forward. Depth is going on the hunt. Yell is ready and awaiting. No, he isn't. Yes, he is. No, he isn't. Yes, he is. Yeah, you'll eventually get it. Well done.
I think that was half the bomb's damage as well. Always need a bit of help when wielding the FAMAS.
I don't know. I think I had the discussion once. Is what weapon in your mind is worse, the FAMAS or the Galil?
That's a really hard question. Anyway, not gonna answer
I just like
that
how
one.
you just deflected. That's a really hard question. We're going to straight back into it. Where the nade does a little bit of damage towards Peter, and he's just going to back out. Luminosity just keeping the weapons they say from the previous one. Cello's actually upgraded the head armor, so he didn't take any damage by the looks of it. Free $350. I always hated that fact, but you just couldn't buy a separate helmet. Why do you need to replenish your, like, Kevlar and vest? What company in the world? Like, it's like, oh, sorry, we can't just supply you a helmet. What do you mean I can't just buy a helmet? No, you have to buy, like, a brand new vest. It's like, but you have, like, an untouched vest. It's like, fine, you can just have the helmet. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
You gotta buy the combo.
But it's like if you have your drink that's already full, you can just have the you can just buy the chips, you know? It doesn't make sense. It's now they actually just completely fall towards this stack towards mid. You get a few guns out of it. Peter and Android, the saviors of the previous clutch, coming towards the B site once again. So it should be another round for compLexity. As Peter's locked down the flank.
This is ridiculous, really.
Oh, what? Shot from Showtime! Oh.
Android,
Android.
He's already hard carrying this half. He's had such a huge impact on this T side, and if he wins this clutch, he would definitely be considered MVP of this match.
Not just Android 23, but definitely upgraded to Android 24, the next operating system. But Showtime, even better. What a round coming out from Showtime. I actually want to see that shot on towards Peter, because out from underpass, always a tight angle to hit. And he does it.
Turns that one around, and that should be bad news for...
No, compLexity are just going to buy into this.
They got the bomb down. They got the bomb down. They're
going to have AKs. They're going to have an AWP somehow.
Oh, God. Not again.
Yeah, so Peter just peeking a little bit too late. Showtime had the angle ready and waiting. But this is a respectable buy from compLexity. They even have enough utility to justify behind these two UMPs as well. So they're going for the A-side take once again. Oh, this is one of the more bizarre halves we've seen in Counter-Strike so far. I mean, Luminosity is still in good position to take this out for certain.
Let's see how these double AWPs go for Luminosity.
Did Yell just like... Is Yell just posted close a ramp and just get a kill?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just took
Fallen style. Taking one pointer from the Godfather himself. Slammy gonna sit behind this smoke. Feeling a little bit timid. Doesn't want to die like his teammate Yeastar to the hands of anyone, really.
Yeah,
He'd want to win this round.
Really off this game. He hasn't had many kills.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely not a good performance from him, especially on the T side where Android, you know, it was him and Android having the train T side performance, but Android doesn't have his partner in crime this time. Looks like compLexity setting up for a bit of an A execute, but Luminosity should be in pretty good positions. And look how many Molotovs they have. Flashes, they've got the lot. Don't feel good about this one from compLexity.
Yeah, they've already got top mid control as well coming out from Cello, so you can just push behind them. They've got enough. Neck is just instantly incendiary grenades out. It won't stop Android from pushing out, and Yell just locking down the angle. Android, you can't even get the pre-fire for that. This round, it should be all over, barring a heroic effort from Peter and Slemmy. It's not going to happen because PKL is just going to wide swing out. And now it is another match point for Luminosity Gaming. I'd say compLexity a little bit flat. This is not the same level and intensity they brought against Optic yesterday. And Luminosity, all they've had to do is just lift themselves up, compose themselves. They've done good enough to take probably the 2-0 today. They shouldn't lose this. And finally, for the first time in what seems like forever, compLexity cannot buy AK-47s.
Yeah, imagine how close that half was, the last half, and then how many rounds they had buys for. Fast push out onto the A site. Neck is shutting down one, PKL with another, and a third. 2 alive for compLexity. He's going to run into a fully blind Peter.
Yeah, Android just trying to do as much damage as he can, dancing around, but Showtime, he's had enough. He just shuts him down with the AWP. 16-8 victory for Luminosity Gaming, and pretty uneventful match day number 11 for us. A lot of hype coming in towards today. Expected this series to be a bit closer, and this one was a little bit longer, but also because I think the Spice versus Cloud9 series was a little bit not memorable. It was over very quickly. You were expecting a big fiesta, you know, someone promised you great food, a banquet, and you turn up and it's just like a Pringles can.
Pringles can.
Yeah.
And there's only like 4 Pringles in there.
4 Pringles, so it's like you expected a lot more, and that's what you got. But that is a good result for Luminosity. Really disappointing for compLexity. Had to go back to the drawing board, especially after yesterday. But LG continuing their rise forward, and given the Immortals change, Luminosity might be able to position themselves as the second Brazilian team soon. Still a little bit rough on the edges, but definitely a lot of signs of potential.
Yeah, don't know about that one. I think Skill and Bolts have a little bit to say about that one. Those guys are a little bit too sick at the moment, a bit above the level of these Luminosity guys, and you know, even those players leaving Immortals probably will form a team as well. So I would say a couple of people standing in the way of Luminosity moving up the Brazilian leaderboard at least. But you know what, beating a team like compLexity in the Pro League 2-0 definitely aligns with their goals. And absolutely, I would say that Cello and Neck is probably looking like 2 of the better players on the team. Should be a good move in the right direction for them.
I think they've been talked about for quite a while for Neckers and Cellos, like the young talent brought in towards Luminosity. Just need a little bit more training, and it also depends on who. Like Brazilian scene, you know, you do have a lot of up and comers coming through. It's very difficult to always keep track. A lot of players pushing through what we'd consider Division 3, Division 2 of their respective scenes. Once they're making it Division 1, you know, that's when they get this opportunity like on Pro League, where they get to go to America and play against some of the other top tier teams in compLexity. Just not showing up today really in full fashion. They played well in train. Luminosity did kind of give a little more rounds than they should have, but compLexity and Mirage just very cold. Nothing in it. Yaystar and Slemmy didn't even hit double digits in the end, what it feels like, and yeah, it was just the Brazilian roadshow.
Was indeed, and you know, that's exactly what you'd expect, especially with such a strong T half coming out from them. So
yeah, you don't have much to input really.
I don't have much to input. They had a good T half themselves, and then they had a strong CT, and compLexity showed us absolutely nothing. So I have even less to say about that than, you know, at least Cloud9 was hitting some sick shots.
I think the only thing that we could say for the T side of compLexity is that they had a really good money management. Every single round to the final round, they always had an AK, they always had an AWP or something like that. And it was just like, how do they afford these things? They're losing. You're not meant to be buying things. But towards the schedule, okay, it looks like Liquid decided to just do a 180. So it looks like JDM is just lounged the other way back. Yeah, 16-5 for Liquid on train. So 1 apiece for NRG. They're going to be pretty content with that in reality. Earlier on today, as we were talking about, 16-4, 16-1, Cloud9 made it look too easy on Splice, and it was just kind of a moment where it's like, yeah, let's forget that happened. compLexity came close on train, but it was very, very easy for Luminosity overall. I felt like they were in majority control for most of the maps. And earlier on today, Immortals versus CLG. Obviously, the Immortals lineup not really, you know, fully operating as a 5-man unit after the replacement of Henny, Lucas, and K and G, going down 2-0 against CLG.
Would have to totally agree with that one. NRG probably being the only huge winners out of today. I would say CLG probably, I don't know, I guess they're still pretty much a 50-50 even against the Immortals that's feeling a bit displaced and all over the place, but they do take advantage of that, get 2-0. That's a huge win for them. That's going to push them up the leaderboard. And NRG, I mean, that's just a solid win. You want to go 1-1 against a team that's better than you, so good job from them.
Alright, I think that's pretty much it from us today for match day number 11. There is match day number 12 coming up tomorrow, so if you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube ESL CS channel, make sure you do so because you don't want to miss the action. Until then, I think I'll be seeing you tomorrow as well, Mitch. So we'll be back tomorrow, same time. Until then, have a good evening.
Out 1-for-1 at best, and he doesn't really grab any extra information for his team. Those are some sharp shots from Stewie. He's going to add. I mean, I was going to say he's going to add to the stat track a little bit, but here's brutal because once your opponent wins that pistol, it's all over from there. Stewie peeking. Oh my god, what is that from Stewie? Rocket involved in these rounds. Like, you know, I'm sure that they... Obviously, the aggression has been a big problem. Wait too long to get anything going in this round. They're going to push straight onto the A site.
Oh, Scar, flick of the wrist.
And finally getting involved in the round, but not mattering when Tarek is playing a weird angle in the smoke, catches them off guard, grabs 3, automatic grabs him. The party boy.
And the Skadoodle flies bang, but Mitch is not moved. Yeah, Mitch, oh, he finds the incorrect Luminosity. Luminosity are playing real tactical Counter-Strike.
So compLexity can shoot him in. That's one of them, though. Great spray control from the
But what can he do about it? Nothing at all by his teams, because Neck is going to spray down too.
But the boys get straight into that bomb site, gets all the damage done. Neck is trying to push straight through the smoke there, gets his head blown off by Android. He's in a great position to cause so much trouble here for Luminosity. Gets 2.5 flashed by PKL, and Showtime's just... Ooh.
Alive if they can find PKL. Molotov doesn't go to the right space. Oh, they nearly line up for them. Def has to land the shot, but PKL too calm.
Fairly quickly, as well as Yaster. So quick rotate coming out here. Peter, that's a
compLexity. You might as well back out at this stage if they can't get another kill, and they just have to. But Peter, through smoke, and it doesn't really do much. The spray does a lot better though, and he will be able to take down 2. They shouldn't be singly challenging him because Def dead instantly. Yell gets the first pick. Android has to go big right now. Oh, he finds 2. Now another one jumps out. Cello just dancing like that boy as they try to take big control on the back of pistols, but it's just going to be a spray down for the AK-47s. The Neck is just going to...
That's not a bad one.
It's going to be the double fake, and Neck is going to die quite easily. Or Cello, oh my...